What happened to marriage? Uh-oh, DEI in my womanhood? Say it ain't so, chat.
I have a question for the men. Do you guys still want to get married?
I feel like my chat can answer that very well. Yeah, a lot of people want to get married. No, not really. No, it's scary. We're still married. No, no, no. Oh, okay. All right. I thought you guys would actually answer it with a yes. Marriage is a scam? No, it's not. You get your taxes cut. Yes, if I can do it safely without losing half my shit. Okay. All right, kings. All right. I'm learning here. I'm just listening to chat.
I think what you're asking is, do you want to be married? And I think that a lot of men would say, yes, I do want a partner to spend my life with. But when you say, do you want to get married? I'm not sure if you're keeping in mind all these extra steps that come before and the possible ones after. Here's a guy living in a...
Oh, this is the divorce thing where she's getting plowed by a bunch of men. She has all the money.
Cardboard box with his ex-wife in his house with other men. You have to keep in mind that happens with roughly 1/3 of new marriages, and that's only for the men who have the opportunity to get married, which is contingent upon a bunch of steps that have changed quite a bit over the years. So in order to get married, you have to date, and in order to date, you have to work and make money. And in order to work and make money, you have to go to school. And men have been facing a lot of new difficulties in...
True. I read a statistic that men, because they're more... So my mom's a teacher, and she's taught in, like, different schools in different areas. You know, poor schools, you know, like middle class, and then like there's like actual private schools that she had to like substitute teach. She said that no matter what class of person a boy comes from, it doesn't matter because it's harder for men to focus because they're different. There's a different way of teaching, and women, like girls, they're more complacent and easier to control, if that makes sense. Yeah. We want to be paid more than men while expecting their future husbands to make more than them. Like, what do you want us to do? Explode. They want you to explode and die. Boys prefer practical lessons. It's hard. Oh, yeah. Women are more agreeable even at a younger age, so it's more difficult to teach a classroom full of rowdy kids. Rowdy men. Sorry, I should clarify. Like, rowdy kids in general is tough, but like rowdy boys, it's even more difficult. They're more active. Surprisingly, they yap more. They're harder to control and tell them to stop because girls want to fit in. Boys will do whatever they want.
New difficulties in all of these areas over the last few decades. So, do I want to have a partner? Yes. But do I...
By the way, I'm not saying that it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong for boys to be different from girls in that regard for school teaching. I just think that teachers don't have the capacity nor like the resources to deal with that kind of like environment for teaching. It's difficult. It's definitely difficult. It's not really the teacher's fault. It's more like a school system fault.
So, do I want to have a partner? Yes. But do I want to go through all of this again? Not right now. So, you want to get married, you have to date, you want to date, you have to work, you want to work, you have to go to school. This is where a lot of male problems begin. I'm not saying that schoolgirls have it easy, but the last few decades, schoolboys have been treated like they are defective. In 3rd grade,
my brother is older than me. Maybe he's like around about the age of the guy narrating. He definitely had a hard time in school. He's really smart, but he was one of those kids that just like boys just tend to goof off more. They think school's boring because they already get everything.
to finish my work before the other kids, and I would get up and move around, and they told me that was not okay, so they medicated me.
Yeah, which is really bad. Ritalin kills your drive.
When I got a little older, the other boys would start fights, and I went to the authorities to do the right thing, and they punished both of us. So then I took matters
What? They punished both? Nah, that's fucked.
into my own hands, and they punished just me because of these policies. They don't let boys just fight it out anymore. Those types of policies are not setting young boys up for success. They punish.
Nah, that's dumb, dude. What happened to me? Are you guys serious? When my brother got into trouble, everyone got into trouble. Even if you're the one being bullied, everyone got into trouble. Yeah, like not just if you snatched or if you snitched on someone. Yeah, my brother got into fights. Like actual school fights, like school bully fights. Yeah, everyone got detention. If you put someone bullying you, both get punished. To take you into your hands, you get alone, you get punished. That's dumb. Why is snitching bad? What? If you defend yourself, you get punished. That's dumb as fuck. I think that's stupid. I would change that if I had the power. That's so stupid.
The way that we natively look at the world. It definitely messed me up a little, and that was 30 years ago, and I have no idea what's going on now. When we get older and go to college, there are all kinds of things in place to help girls that are not available for boys, and they say that it's there to correct problems, but I don't think those problems exist anymore. So as we are accumulating what we need to succeed in life, boys are getting less of a head start than they used to, which is, I think, one of the contributing reasons for why they say they have Peter Pan syndrome, and they never grow up. I think it starts here. When we get into the workplace...
Well, yeah, when you start medicating them at age, like, 12, like, yeah, kind of makes sense, huh?
There are similar programs that benefit women and not men.
He's talking about the thing that people hate talking about. Yeah, oh, that's so crazy. Wow, DEI in, like, actual real-life circumstances, not just video games? That's... I can't believe this, man. Women in tech? You know, it's funny. I was supposed to go to one, and I just refused because I didn't want to. Yeah, they selected me at school against my will to, like, be in, like, a tech-forward, like, class or something to, like, put me into college. Like, I don't even remember, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think it started when I was, like, 15, because they realized I was excelling in science. And I was okay at math, and like I was really good at English and history and studies and whatever. But they pushed for it, and I said I don't want to be in it, and I had to beg my parents to be like, "Hey, I don't want to do this. I want to do it at my own pace. I don't really want to fucking do this shit." And they were like, "Okay, fine." So yeah, like for me personally, I just did not care for it. I'm sure that other girls in my class just went with it.
Not men. And that's an issue because women want to make equal money to men, but then they also want men to make more and support them, and you can't have both. Additionally, the culture has become very inhospitable towards men, and again, the way that men communicate.
I hate men.
And behave. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the economy is getting pretty bad, and even though that affects everybody, men are the ones who are expected to pay, so this puts us at an increasing disadvantage comparative to women as we age. Then when we get out into the dating world, if you don't have any money, that's...
Pay for everything. I put makeup on my face, and like, oh my god, I had to like put my child... I'm a single mom, by the way, and like, I had to hire a babysitter, so like, you have to pay for that. Ugh. Okay, so I had my nails done for the day as well. Oh my god. And then like, oh, you should pay for the dinner as well. No one told you to put makeup on? I know! It's like, nobody forced you to put fucking makeup on! By the way, this is not me. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, these single moms are crazy! Again, and I have to reiterate this, I'm not saying all single moms are like this. There are nice single moms that like will say, hey, I'm putting my kid first. can we do maybe like a date that's like more ease of access, or, you know, let's go out for an hour so I don't worry about my child being at home alone sleeping, that kind of thing. I just don't think it's very common, and I think the expectation when you're like a single mom is that you're somehow higher even though you're attached with a child. And that's like a burden in itself. And I think that goes the same, if not worse, for single dads as well. Like having to take care of a kid and then trying to jump into the dating scene or whatever.
Going to be a problem. If you can't compete on the dating apps, which most men cannot, that's going to be a problem. If you're not okay with her having an OnlyFans or an Instagram or whatever, it's going to take some women off the table because they have...
I need my Instagram so I can have a slew of suitors that are ready for me. If you start acting up, bitch. You start acting up, I'm going to go back to Instagram DMs and, you know...
So much attention. So a lot of men are playing catch-up at this point in life when that didn't used to be the case. So our parents and grandparents did not have any of these problems. They just sort of grew up, got jobs, and married whoever was nearby. Have you ever thought of it like, would your mother have married your father if she had Tinder? Would she have chosen?
I don't know. I've never thought about my parents in that way. I'm not gonna lie. I can't answer that. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
Chosen him. There's stuff going on in these phases of life for us that would have been unheard of even one generation ago. I once had a job where I worked with a girl. We had the same job. I had more experience. So. We had layoffs, and later she matched with me on Bumble and came to hook up. And
Bumble, ooh!
I said, would you like to continue doing this? And she told me that I didn't have my life together enough. We were living in the same place, in the same job market, and we came from the same job, and I had more experience. And she was getting $120K a year to do some like women's leadership job or something. And I was,
holy shit, what? You're lying, shut up. 100, yo, maybe DEI isn't so bad. No, I'm kidding. Jesus Christ, 120K for leadership? What? Yo, chat, you should start identifying as a woman. Get that leadership job. It's 120K.
Driving for
That's
Uber.
A lot.
So, you know, I think a lot of people are really underestimating how much easier this makes things. So then if you can actually get to this point, you as a man, you have to take everything that you've managed to put together over the course of your life and put it all on the table for someone who is probably not doing the same. Even though women are not having a hard time in the workplace, men are still generally expected to provide, while women generally keep more of their money for themselves. We've all heard, my money is my money, his money is my money.
Well, yeah, because previously, culturally, people would be in a relationship and, you know, the mother hen stays at home and guards the eggs, and she doesn't make any money, but the eggs are guarded and safe and warm underneath her, and they're doing great, you know? Like, and now it's like a 50-50. Hell yeah, I told my girl, get your own bag. Yeah, and then she goes and yells at you because she's tired and doesn't want to suck your dick. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. She's coming home from her 9 to 5, getting that bag, and then you're like, honey, I had a really long, hard day at work. Lifting up bricks and building construction. Can I get some help? Do you want to have sex? And she's like, no, I took care of the kids and I also worked and I'm really tired. She's rightfully tired because she worked as well, a 9 to 5, but it's like, it's, you know, she better get to sucking. Nope, she's gonna get upset, and you're gonna have to go take care of business with your hand.
Found this great little video about that.
But I just have a quick question. My husband won't see all of my accounts, right? I have like 8 different bank accounts, but my husband only knows about 2 of them. I've just been
What?
Secretly saving for years in case I ever need to. No.
Excuse me? Yo, what? Oh, secret account? Look, if you're like 6 times divorced, I understand. Like, maybe you're being weird, but like, what?
Say no more. I don't need to see those statements. So as far as I'm concerned, they don't exist.
Yeah, so I don't love the idea that my wife might be hiding money.
Yeah, isn't that illegal? Some shit is illegal. I'm like, what the what? I thought you can't do that. I don't know. I fucking don't know. I'm not a lawyer. In some places,
of course, I'm not allowed to do that. All of my money has to be on the table, and there's about a 1/3 chance that you're going to be taking it to party with other dudes in the house that I bought for you. Divorce laws have changed too. You used to need a really good reason to get divorced, but now it can happen just because someone is not happy. They even write songs about it. Check this out. I have to...
Oh my god, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. What the frick?
Mute it for copyright, I'll read it to you. Might be the only guy who didn't send me hearted eyes in reply to my latest story. We work well on paper, we don't argue, we don't fight. But lighting scented candles just won't relight up our fire. And right there she goes, ah. It ain't that bad, it's just not what I wanted. Don't want to live this life half-hearted. Hang on, here it comes.
And then she silently farted. Oh no. I just sharded.
I want fireworks and flames. Don't want safe, tame, practical. That ain't enough, that ain't love. This is the Squircle.
Oh my god, these women are so dumb. To get a spark when you're married is like a thing that has to happen on your terms. You jumping from dick to dick, even though you're married and you're happy, they want excitement. Yeah, the honeymoon phase when you're porking like 15 times a day. Bitch, that's not gonna happen again. You have to go like on an actual honeymoon. Yeah. You want violence? Apparently. Apparently, that's what they want. It ain't love. I don't feel like you could leave me at every moment. I fucking love women. Hell yeah. This is stuff I can't relate to. I got lucky at my wife in 2007. I was 15. I've been happily married for 9 years. I would hope she's 15 too. Happy for you, King. Happy. Turns out girl Coomer brains are 1 billion times worse than guy Coomers. I don't even know what to say to that because I can't relate. Like, I think it's like a need for like excitement constantly. I think they're bad. They're bad in different ways. Yeah, I don't think they're worse. It's just that women have emotional gooning where they have to read like novels to like, you know, novels about like, you know, kidnappers kidnapping a woman and then, you know, porking her brains out and they get excited, right? The butterflies. Men see a tight ass in a porno and they're like, oh shit, man, I want to go pork my wife. And then their wife says no. they say, hey, honey, you wanna get frisky? And they're like, no, I'm really tired. I don't want to do it. No pork chops tonight. Oh yeah, the monster fucker books, man. If they're constantly in the exciting honeymoon stage, they don't have time to think about their lack of father figure. Holy shit! What? Whoa, you just burnt them to a crisp! I didn't say that. That was a mod.
Of unconsciousness, it represents how people don't know how relationships work, and so they think the relationship is going to go like this, and then it turns a corner. I think she's at the dissatisfied part. You can't have everything is exciting all the time. Good choice.
I just think it's like a low emotional IQ. I'm sorry. I think every man, woman has this problem where they have low emotional IQ, and it's up to them to figure it out. Yeah, I don't know.
Are boring. No relationships are going to be fun the whole time. They're all going to have spots where there's no fire. But she don't want safe, tame, practical. That ain't enough. That's not even love. Look how...
What about women that like had to watch, like in the medieval times, they had to watch their like husbands or like lovers go to war, and they wouldn't see them for 6 months, and they like remained faithful. Like that's considered like a bad part. Like they can't see them and they just write letters to each other. Yeah, I think there was very likely, and it is proven, women that cheated on their husbands or, you know, their lovers when they were away. But I think there's a lot of women that would write novels and write poetry and write letters to them and saying how much they love them and I miss you and every day we're apart. Like, you know, that's like where romanticism is born. And then they come back and it's like, oh my God, you're back from the war. I love you. You know, like, this is not all bad, but I'm sure there's a lot of unfaithful hoes. Even back then. Apparently one of the English queens cheated on the king? Oh, absolutely.
Safe, tame, practical. That ain't enough. That's not even love. Look how passionate she is about dumping her husband.
Whoa! And then you're Napoleon, you send a courier to tell your wife not to bathe for 3 days before he gets home. Yes, that's an actual fact. I came across a TikTok that talked about historical facts. Napoleon told his mistress or wife or whatever, said, don't wash your coochie for 3 days because I'm coming home. Yeah, it's like actually true. It's not an extrapolation, it's not a myth, like this is actually true. You want that stank.
That's real, I can spot a faker. And she even sings about other men giving her googly eyes on her Instagram stories. So this girl is what I would call an excitement chaser. She starts out her new relationships excited, and over time gets bored when they're not chaotic.
This is like almost a sign of like, there's people who have signs of abuse that go into normal relationships and they can't hold normal relationships because they're so used to being abused and yelled at that whenever they go into like a normal, like, you know, like a girl-boy relationship, girl, boy, I don't give a fuck. They get bored and they have to go back to what's familiar and they don't think you're doing good enough even though you did everything right. It's really, really sad, bro.
And then by the time we notice she's bored, she's already got a new guy lined up. And this has pretty nasty effects on us. So your relationship satisfaction...
And it keeps happening too. Yeah, if she does it once, be cautious, man. If she does it once...
is going to change over time, probably. But your stability is not supposed to. That's what marriage is. That's what it's for. Even when you start feeling like things are not as fun, you have to remember that commitments are what gets you through the swings. I actually have a little theory that this takes about a year. Obviously, we get up and go to sleep with the sun, and women have changes in their hormones and emotions with the moon, and I think that a year is the amount of time that it takes to find somebody and have that strong emotional connection, get pregnant, and have a child. It's about 1 year altogether. And this girl is making a spiritual experience out of a biological process, and she's allowed to end the marriage over it. So it's not that
It's just that easy, boy. Start crying about how he doesn't give you enough attention even though he's out working 9 to 5. He's busting his ass. And you're crying and writing songs on TikTok, dude. I can't believe that's real, man. That's actually real.
I don't want a partner. It's just that a lot of us don't have what we need to build a partnership. And even if we get it, it could fall apart immediately. She could squircle herself into believing it's not love and have a phone in her pocket with 1,400 horny guys on it. And then I end up...
Look, I'm all for leaving a partner that does horrible shit to you, but like sometimes like people, they'll be like, yeah, he's working all the time and he's not cheating on me or anything, but I just don't feel a spark anymore. It's like, yeah, no shit. The guy's like fucking exhausted. Like he's working in a corpo job where he has to pretend he gives a shit about his job just to make ends meet, you know? Or even if he's not making ends meet, let's just say he's making a lot of money. He just doesn't have time for you. Maybe you should talk about it instead of filing for divorce.
here. So what you've done by fighting for equality is you've basically said, hey, you want to play a game of chess? I get all queens though. Hey, where are you going?
Do you guys still want to get married? Like, is that still a thing?
I hope this all...
Sorry, I really like this comment. Sorry I'm being such a bitch. We're in the lunar waxing gibbous right now. I'm in my luneal face right now. Oh my gosh. My uteral lining is shedding and I can't make rational decisions right now. Sorry. Oh my god. Look, women are hard. Look, women, it's annoying being a woman, but like, holy shit, come on. I summoned Stone Knight to destroy the moon. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Women are hard. Yeah, they're difficult. Women are difficult. Yes, absolutely. And that's okay.
Made it clear why it's less of a thing.
Just get pregnant so you won't have to deal with the bleeding. Yeah, become a breeding cow so you never get your period. You're right. That was great! Wow! Nah, a lot of women are difficult. You're just putting your earplugs and don't go into the women area of the game. Easy. Yeah, just be gay, chat. Nah, I think every relationship is probably difficult, right?